Our North West of England reporter Sophie Reaper joins us from Manchester. So what are people telling you, Sophie?
Well, the opinion seems to be mixed as this winter of discontent continues. Just to give you a little bit of an update what we're expecting this week. Today, we've got driving examiners on strike. They've been on rolling strike since mid-December. They're asking for a 10% pay rise, but the government has already deemed that to be unaffordable. Also, this week, we're expecting teachers in Scotland to go on strike tomorrow and Wednesday. Certain bus drivers in London will go on strike tomorrow and Thursday. And perhaps most alarmingly, on Wednesday, ambulance workers will go on strike once again. I'm sure our viewers will remember when the ambulance strikes took place just before Christmas of last year, and it caused major disruption across the sector. Now, of course, that's just this week, not to mention the other strikes that are also ongoing. We've seen nurses on strike for better pay and working conditions, postal workers, border force, and of course, as we just spoke about there with Olivia, rail strikes have been ongoing now since mid-June. Of course, though, the people who are being really affected by this is the general public. And as we say there is a sense that people are getting quite frustrated, but there is still support there. A little bit earlier on, I spoke to some people here in Manchester to find out what their thoughts were.
Sometimes I do, because I'm thinking about my own job. Sometimes you need to earn more money, because sometimes the wages are getting high up, like electricity and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes I support them, but sometimes they are difficult for people like me just to go on trains and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely support them.
Because like my husband works at Royal Mail, and what they are bringing is not going to help them, so then they need to do the strike. Yeah.
Absolutely. They deserve a lot more than what they're getting. They've never been paid enough anyway. They've never been given the leisure time with it. They've had to work overtime just to keep the families going and the bills going. That's always been the case.
Everyone deserves a good living wage. You know, that's about it.
I think people should be paid what they're worth. I think people shouldn't have to struggle and go to food banks when they're in a full-time job.
Well, as we've just heard, opinion does seem to be split. The support is absolutely still there in favour of the strikers, but there is that little niggle of frustration that, for example, with rail workers, that commuters are really struggling to be able to get into work. But one general consensus that we've found today is that one way or another something needs to give, because we absolutely cannot keep going as we are right now.